Wait a moment. This isn't a furry visual novel. Hey guys, Derry here from Drakewing Gaming, and some of you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Today, I'm coming back with another Let's Play episode of Echo. Guys, it's good to be back. I had fun yesterday out with my mom, but I missed making videos for you guys, so I'm back at it today. This will be episode number 42, I think. So, we had just found Jenna and gotten back into Kudzu's trailer, talking about how we may not be able to interact with Leo for a little bit. So let's see how that turns out, shall we? As always, guys, please enjoy the video. Alrighty. Let's do it. All I could say was your name, Chase. Chase, where's Chase? I think he was looking in the water for you. Jenna looks right at me. I don't know why. Do you? Of course not. I shake my head. I have no idea. Liar. The couch tilts. Oh, what is this music? And so I sort of grabbed his shoulder to lead him back, away from the lake. But then he turned on me and he sort of just changed. The water changed that day. My head spins and I brace my paws against the armrest, trying not to fall over. And he attacked me, clawed me up. And for the first time, Jenna sticks out her arm and pulls back some of the fur where I see bits of crusted blood. You knew what water felt like. I had to run from him, and he... sorry. I had to run from him, and he chased me for a while. To everyone else. And as I did, I realized the whole town was different. Everyone was different. Suffocating. I swallow hard, still gripping into the couch, but Jenna doesn't seem to notice, and Kudzu's looking at her. The humming in my head finally starts to die down. You say he's at Leo's. Is he okay? Did he explain what happened? I shake my head, but only a little. I feel like I'm going to throw up. No, but he has been acting a little strange, I guess. I need to talk to him. Make sure he's actually okay. We will. Though I'm not sure that you'll find him okay at all. What happened after all that? It looked like you were hiding out there. Kudzu gestures a paw at the window. Jenna covers her face with both paws, sighing deeply. That I'm not too sure about. After I ran, it all just sort of became a dream. I only remember bits and pieces. We wait a moment as Jenna seems to think. I remember I went back to the motel, and I think, but then I saw something. Jenna pauses and lets out a little humorless laugh. A thing that I remember from my childhood. A monster, I guess. A monster? Yeah, like this thing. Jenna waves her paw in front of her face. It had like a red face, and I don't know. I thought I saw it in my closet a few times as a kid. It felt like it was chasing me. What do you think it was? Jenna laughs hollowly again. Oh, I don't think it's anything. I must have had my own little breakdown after seeing everyone else's. Jenna sighs deeply again, sitting back on the couch. Ugh! But then you guys came along, and now I think everything is clear. Jenna leans back for a moment, breathing deeply, and for the first time, it seems like she's relaxing a bit. She turns her attention back to Kudzu. Hey, Kudzu, is it? Kudzu nods. Mind if I use your restroom? I just need a moment to collect myself. And pee, too. An actual toilet would be nice. Oh, yeah, just right there. Kudzu points at a thin little white door between the kitchen and the living area. Thanks. And with that, Jenna disappears into the bathroom. Kudzu and I sit in silence for a moment, listening to the sound of running water from the faucet. Well, I think now we have a reason to go back to Leo's house. I know he won't be mad at you if he knows you found Jenna. I don't know about that, but yes, we're going to have to go back with her. I'll talk to him first, in case he's still out of it. Again, thanks. I'm glad you're here with me right now. Kudzu rubs his arm awkwardly. I get panicky when things get physical, which they have a lot lately. I gesture at the cushion next to me, and, after a moment of hesitation, Kudzu gets up from the recliner and sits next to me. I reach around him and squeeze him to my side. It's cool. Like I said, you saved my ass so many times at this point, it's the least I can do. I almost tell him that he's been there for me more than anyone at this point. But that feels like a little bit. That feels like a bit too much right now. Kudzu chuckles and leans back, his arm brushing mine. I didn't always used to be like this, you know. What? A fucking coward. I scrunch my muzzle up. What? No way, you've been insanely brave. Kudzu shakes his head. Nah, you saw me at Duke's house when you got caught and then down in the basement, then when Leo tossed me out. Those are all great reasons to have been scared, Kudzu. You still faced all of it. Kudzu looks unconvinced. Just save right here, guys. Here we go. I don't know, Chase. After what Leo did, I don't think I was going to come back. I shrug. Well, then I'm glad I came after you then. Kudzu's quiet for a moment. Then he chuckles quietly, leaning his head back to stare at the ceiling. What? Just... I moved to Echo to get away from stuff like this. Kudzu shakes his head. Oh my god, thanks so much. Damn it. Now look, now look at what's happened. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, people going crazy? That, and guns and violence. Peyton isn't a rough city compared to others in this country, but it has rough patches. And I lived in one of those patches. I think you told me that you moved here because there's less people. Kudzu sighs quietly. It's not the only reason. I lost someone a few years back. I needed a fresh start, I guess. The silence drags out for a moment as I contemplate that. My eyes drift to the picture frames by the love seat to the one where someone had their arm around Kudzu. In it, I see a hare, smiling just as truthfully as the raccoon next to him, a good head taller than his companion. But now look where I am. I snap my eyes back to the raccoon, not wanting to be caught looking. I don't know what to say, so I just settle with, we're gonna get out. Just gotta listen for that train. Mm-hmm. Kudzu has his eyes closed, so I lean back too. Despite all the shit going on outside, there's something really peaceful about being here, next to Kudzu and his neat little trailer. Sorry about that. I don't know why I'm so stuffy right now. We sit there a while, listening to the soft rush of running water. After a while, I look toward the bathroom, realizing how uncomfortably full my bladder is right now. Jenna doesn't seem to be coming out anytime soon, though. Listen, I gotta take a piss. Again? Kudzu smirks at me. Well, yeah, it's been a few hours. I pee a lot anyway. Oh yeah? Very good to know. Yeah, I'll be right back. Kudzu's joking demeanor suddenly drops. I don't know, I think we should stick together right now. Remember what happened last time? You want to watch me? Kudzu pauses. I'll stand in the doorway, alright? Just go by the side of the trailer. Alright, alright. I head back outside while Kudzu hangs back by the door. Just make it quick, and again, yell if something happens. It's fine, I'll only be a few feet away. I hide a small smile at how motherly Kudzu's being right now. Oh god, he's probably gonna find Leo, like, fucking crouched in the bushes, like, covered in dirt and shit to disguise himself. He's gonna go, like, full Solid Snake or some shit. After everything that's happened, it's no wonder. I move around the side of the trailer, back into the darkness. Quickly, I unbutton and zip down my fly. I start to go when I hear some footsteps. Oh, fuck. I look over my shoulder. Kudzu? What? And then two massive paws wrap around my body. I look down and get a glimpse of thick claws and brown matted fur. I scream as I pulled back into the dark toward the desert. Oh shit, I know who it is immediately. The smell is unmistakable. That and a high-pitched voice cursing as he drags me along through the brush. Chase! Kudzu's scream seems like it's only a few yards away. He's going to catch up to us, and then, I don't know what. Try to fight Brian off, I guess, but just as I'm thinking that, Brian picks me up off the ground and practically throws me. The next thing I know, my head is throbbing as the back of it knocks against something hard. My legs are all splayed upwards, my foot pads pressed against something smooth and cool. I hear more cursing and the sound of snarling. Kudzu? Then I hear the sound of a car door slam, and I realize I'm in a trunk, my feet pressed against the windshield. Brian's massive bulk squeezes in next to me, and I feel the truck accelerate. The backside wobbles back and forth in the sand as it tries to find purchase in the ground. But then we find the road, and I'm pressed back in the seat as Brian steps hard on the gas. I scramble upright into a seated position, pressing back as far as I can against the door, away from Brian. He doesn't seem to be paying attention to me right now, with his eyes fixed on the road. My heart hammers in my chest. I can't even start to comprehend what's just happened to me. Is this real? Am I dreaming? How did I end up fucking things up so badly again? Brian takes a hard turn. I almost tumble into him. In a panic, I kick my feet against his side, keeping myself upright and against the door. The big bear grunts and glances at me before fixing his eyes back on the road. I quickly draw my feet back, pressing my knees against my chest as I try to hold on to the chair to keep from falling over. I realize then that Brian must have been waiting for me, waiting outside Kudzu's trailer for a perfect moment to grab me. I'd given it to him by idiotically skipping outside to take a piss, the result of which I could smell wafting up from my pants. I don't care, though. Everything is numb right now. My mind is racing, trying to figure out how I'm going to get out of this. My paw automatically reaches back to pull at the door handle. It's locked. My paw feels along the door, looking for the lock. My fingers pass over a small hole where I assume it should be, but it's smooth. It's like the little nub for the pop-up lock is missing, or that it's been cut off. Save right here, guys. In case I get brutally murdered by Brian. Swallowing hard, I keep searching and my fingers come across the window crank handle. I tentatively start to roll it down, but it's clear that I haven't thought ahead as Brian immediately notices the drafty air. He lunges at me, one hand still on the wheel. I scream and dodge out of the way, falling into the footwell as I try to escape his massive paws. He doesn't grab me, instead reaching for the handle and rolling the window back up. The truck swerves back and forth as he does, and for a moment I'm sure he's about to roll the whole thing with how fast we're going. He finally sits upright again. "Do that again and I'll knock you out." And he still doesn't look at me. It's only then that I notice the stark difference his demeanor has now compared to the first few times I'd seen him. There's no lust, no animalistic drive to fuck everything around him. Instead, there's a sort of desperation about him. I see his eyes dart around in the glow of the headlights, the fur all over his face matted down from sweat. I sit there in the footwell, staring up at him, gripping onto the seat as my head knocks back against the glove compartment. After a few minutes of erratic driving and swerving, I gather my wits enough to speak. What are you doing?" Brian's eyes flick down toward me, then back up to the road before he shakes his head. He does it slowly, like he can't believe something. But he doesn't say anything, at least not for a while. Then, after what could have been anywhere from 2 minutes to 20 minutes, he speaks. "Can you tell me the truth, boy?" I sit there quietly, contemplating making a jump for his door, to open it and tumble out into the desert. If I wasn't injured badly enough, or if I even survived for that matter, maybe I could make a run for it. "What truth?" "What's going on in this town?" "Oh my God!" I squeeze my eyes shut and let my forehead thump against the seat. But only for a moment, since I want to be able to keep an eye on Brian. "I already told Duke I have no fucking clue. You were there." Brian grunts as he continues to stare out the windshield, clearly thinking about something. "I can't help you or anyone here, Brian. I'm just trying to find a way out." It gives me an idea. Wait. I might know a way to get out of here. If you let me go, I'll tell you." As soon as that comes out of my mouth, I wonder if I've made a mistake. Brian doesn't need to let me go to get me to tell him what he wants. I'm alone here with him, and he can do whatever he wants to me. And I'd probably tell him whatever he wanted to hear. But he surprises me with what he says next. "Escaping isn't going to fix any of this. We're all still going to see the same shit." I wait, but he stays quiet. It takes me another minute to work up the courage to ask. "See what?" "You know exactly what." He screeches at me in his high-pitched voice, and the truck swerves precariously. I can imagine the tires sliding off the road for a moment before Brian corrects it. "You know exactly what I'm talking about," he says more gently, taking deep breaths to calm himself. Then he looks down at me. "Don't you?" I swallow hard, wanting to find the right answer, but unsure of what that might be. Like, when Duke saw something on the ceiling in the diner? That's the first thing that comes to mind. It's something that Brian saw with me. He lets out a cold guffaw. "That's exactly what I'm talking about, Otter. That and every fucking thing else." 1 second, guys. The truck takes another hard turn, and I brace myself in the little well. The swerves and turns are becoming more frequent. Guys, I gotta drink some water real quick. The throat's killing me. Oh, okay, much better. I can't really see out the window, but I'm pretty sure we're headed into the mountains. Was that creature thing going to attack us? Should I warn Brian? But we've all been seeing shit for a long time, even before this crazier shit started a few days back. Brian glances down at me once again. Haven't you seen stuff here? My mind immediately thinks back to when I was a kid. I'd seen plenty of things, plenty of horrible things. But the psychiatrist had said that that was normal, that sometimes kids hallucinate. I notice that Brian's not wearing his seatbelt, and I start to toy with the idea of grabbing the wheel. Again, I might be killed. It would at least stop Brian from taking me to wherever he is he's taking me. It might even be better to die. Maybe, but my parents, my friends, they haven't really seen stuff. Except Jenna, and now TJ and Carl after all this started. Let me save it right here. Brian grins with his crooked and missing teeth. Seems we only see shit if there's a reason to. I don't know what it is either, but from what I've seen, it's a combination of a shitty experience and being an echo. The truck is slowing down a little now as we start taking sharper turns. Brian's calmed down at least, but it also means that we're definitely deep in the mountains at this point, the road having turned to gravel. When I was a kid in Peyton, I didn't see shit, even though I had a pretty fucked up childhood. My mom left me when I was 6 because my dad was a piece of shit, but you know she's a piece of shit for leaving me with him. Anyway, you know where my dad told me she'd gone? I don't say anything until Brian looks back down at me expectantly. Where? Brian cackles and it sends a chill up my spine. That aliens had taken her. I press myself deeper into the well, wishing I could just disappear into the floor. I think he must have been drunk or high or both, but it stuck with me, you know? I nod, trying to keep the bear happy as he drives along a road so curvy it seems impossible in my mind. Then, when I was a teenager in 87 or so, I got myself a boyfriend. Well, more of a fuck buddy. We kinda hated each other. He talked too much, but he was a good fucking, the only I knew, so I came here every other week or so to fuck him. But then something weird happened on my second or third trip out here. I remember the moon was red that night, because of the forest fires out west. And I kept looking at it, and that's when I saw a flying saucer, like one straight out of a cartoon with lights and a dome thing on the top. I couldn't believe it, but there it fucking was, floating through the sky. And you know, even though it looked stupid as fuck, I knew. Brian takes a big wide turn and the truck slows more and more until it comes to a rumbling halt. My ears ring in the silence as Brian continues to stare out into the night, the headlights lighting up his face. It knew I saw it, and it was fucking evil. I just knew it. Brian finally looks down at me again. That night and almost every night after, I'd wake up and couldn't move and aliens would be around my bed. And there was this one alien that I knew was my mom. She didn't look like my mom, she looked like an alien. But I just knew it was her, and she'd do these things to me, sometimes to my mouth and eyes and nose, but usually to my dick. Torture me, and it felt fucking real. Brian chuckles, still staring at me. Fucked me up good, and I blame my boyfriend for it for bringing me to Echo because I was sure that's where the evil came from. I outed him that year, and he had to leave town because of it. The massive bear shakes his head. Didn't stop the dreams, though. Brian puts the truck in park, then shuts off the engine. We sit there in the darkness in silence, and even though I just emptied my bladder, I feel like I'm gonna piss myself again. Never told anyone that before. I don't say anything as I just breathe through my mouth, trying to make as little sound as possible. There's something fucked up in this town that makes us see things, feel things from our past and some shit. Duke told me about it. Has been happening a long fucking time, but he thinks there's a way to fix it. Brian suddenly opens the door and jumps out. He slams the door hard enough to make my ears pop. For about 5 seconds, I will myself to move, to run, to open his door and sprint into the night. But my body refuses to move, and before I know it, the bear is yanking open my door and grabbing me by the wrist. If you help me out with this, we can be done with it for good. He pulls me out roughly. My legs are like rubber when he sets me on the ground, but he holds me up easily with his paws on my arms. Oh, there's that gunshot wound. Can you promise me to help? Then I'll let you go and we'll be free of the evil, okay? All I can do is nod dumbly. Alright, it's gonna be okay, Otter. I promise. Brian transfers his iron-like grip to my wrist and starts to pull me along. I stumble after him weakly, trying not to trip in the darkness. Brian stops next to the truck bed and starts to rummage around inside. I feel like I'm gonna pee again. What do you need me to do, though? 1 second, guys. Brian finally pulls something out, and it looks shiny and heavy. I open my mouth to scream, but that's when a burst of light comes out of one of the ends of it. It's a mag light. I stare at it, gaping stupidly. Brian sweeps the beam of light around. All around us is gravel, sagebrush, and some cacti. Ooh, Lord Alarm Chan, you have a habit of spoiling a good story. But if not for her, I'd probably do this all day. Then I wouldn't be doing anything else. Oh, God, thank you guys so much for watching. That has been a new episode of Echo. Man, things have really heated up, but it seems that Brian, perhaps, is free of his own madness, at least for a time. So we'll see if maybe he can actually help us. That is, if Leo doesn't show up and kill him. Or him kill Leo. I don't know. Someone getting killed. I don't want that to happen. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to the next video. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!